I got like I mentioned earlier, I got a 20 unit I'm looking at here in
Oh,
Houston. Sub two, California owner, absentee owner. But we'll see what happens with it. I need some more docs to fully underwrite it. So
yeah,
the numbers look a little funny on it, but I mean it's a potentially good deal as long as it pencils out right. So
yeah.
What makes the numbers look a little funny?
I
So,
actually got a T1 instead of a T12, and some of the numbers aren't matching up right. So I'm waiting for the full, at least a T6 if anything else, but I'm waiting for a T12 preferably and or bank statements, P&Ls, balance sheet. So to see
Okay,
if everything matches.
nice. And for those that don't know what a T1 or T6 or T12 is, essentially it's like try. What's the T in a T12? I only know the 12, which is like the 12-month like expense and income
Trending.
trending.
so trailing 12, it's
Yeah.
it's called trailing 12 or trailing
Trailing. Yeah.
9. Yeah. So yeah, I guess we are gonna, I mean, we'll wait for, I mean, anybody has a deal we can look at. Let's start. Maybe do you want to wait a couple more minutes for us? Some of our attendees are here. We are here at the PML Mastermind in Atlanta with Abraham. So some of like Yana Goodnight is here, Aaron Ford is here. Yeah, it's amazing. I don't know why Jada and I didn't plan this, but Jada should have been here. But it's okay. Julian is here. Our so a lot of people are here. This one is one of the big ones. Like we did one in Houston that had like 60 or 70 in-person attendees and 50 online. But this one has over 100 in person here. So it's full, like room is full. But yeah, I am ready whenever you guys are. If you guys have a deal, we can start looking at it. So Jada and I are making a lot of new plans around underwriting power hour and trying to make it more interesting and valuable and knowledgeable for all of you guys. Um, we have more guests planned. We have, I mean, Julian's agreed to come on as a guest. He's a very successful lender, and Jada and I work with him on a case-to-case basis. So he wants to come here and talk to all of you guys about why underwriting is so important for any of the deals that you're going to do as an investor, and what lenders look for. If you bring a deal that is properly underwritten, lender can make their magic really work. But if you go to them with a shitty deal and no underwriting done, and then they have to do all that, and then it may not be, I mean, you will be wasting their time, your time, everyone's time. But yeah, let's see what we have. I think Jada,
Yeah,
I
and
can hear you. Oh, I could hear you now.
yeah, Sean went ahead and sent over one of his deals to you, so you should be seeing.
All right.
We got Alex. Woo! And I think we have some new names here. We have Didi, Pietro. I know we just spoke on the phone. I think it was yesterday. So that he's actually in New Zealand, and he is to get into real estate investing in the States. Um, he's also super interesting and is also in like the supermarket business and has a real estate focused VA company in Australia. So quite an interesting
This
person.
is the seller finance deal in Kingsville. Am I right?
John.
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
So, where's my camera? Hey, what's up, guys? It's my first time.
Hey, how are you, man?
Jada connected me, so I'm very
Yes.
excited.
Totally.
So I'll give you a quick, 10-second context. So this is, I'm based in San Diego. This is in South Texas near Corpus Christi. It's part of a 6 property, 9 door portfolio.
Okay.
And the seller, I've like talked to her over 5 times, like 20 hours, built a great relationship. Her pain point is she's sort of a tired landlord, but her end game is she wants to move. She wants to sell the Texas things so that she can buy a rental in San Diego. So
Oh,
that's why I initially um, was thinking Morby method.
right.
But Morby method into 6 properties. Again, I'm very new. I'm like 2 months into sub two, and everyone's like, "Bro, that's too much. You can't. I don't know if you
Yeah.
can, either JV it or anyway." So what I did was, what I emailed you was just one of the properties, and so my thought was maybe just doing it one at a time.
So thank you for, first of all, thank you for bringing this on the call
Yeah.
here. And I'm super excited to get into
Lost him.
objections on investors' part, sellers' part, and as a newbie. Everything you just mentioned is all doable no matter who told you what. But and we'll look at it. So and
And
like you,
Jada, I'm working with Amy. I basically got a pre-approved for a DSCR.
okay. Yeah, Amy, we know her. She's awesome too.
Yeah.
Jada is better. I'm just letting you know.
Jada's the one who referred me to Amy, so
Oh,
because
okay,
I
yeah.
was trying to do the Morby.
Oh, okay, got it. So we do have some new lenders, Jada, just worked with. Actually, one of our borrowers is Morbi right now. And I'll show you how, but is it okay if I share my screen?
Cool.
No. Okay, so this is the deal. Am I right?
Yes, that's the one.
Okay.
That's probably yeah, it's a cheaper one out of all but it's all the properties are around like 200 to 230.
I just want to show everyone where Kingsville is. So
It's right
this
next
is,
to Corpus. Yep,
yeah,
about 40 minutes.
yeah. So Kingsville, this is the same Kingsville where the university is, right?
Yep, yep.
Right.
Texas A&M is there. A naval base is there. Oil
Yeah,
refinery is there. Yep. It's a rancher town, but it's
yeah.
also
It's
not
also
like a
university.
rural town per se.
Yeah. So let's see. And the 9 properties are all here.
Yeah, well, the 6 properties, nine doors. Yeah, because a couple of them have
Gotcha,
like,
gotcha. Okay. Oh, six
it's like a
properties.
single family with 2 ADUs and things like that.
Okay. My comps are one. So this is one of them.
This is just one of them because, yeah, just for the sake of time, I guess.
Okay.
But yeah, depending on what you think, I could maybe send you all of it, and then, but yeah, I think that's a whole nother beast.
So, okay, 29,000 is the ARV. Am I right? I mean, the estimate, I guess.
Well, that's the thing. I did some comp work on it, but the numbers
No,
are
no, I'm just saying
all,
the estimate. I mean, because in small towns, the comps are not consistent. Sometimes people sell it for pennies on the dollar, and sometimes they sell it at a market price,
yeah,
depending on how.
yes.
Yeah, so I hear you. That's fine.
And
So
and this one has like a 1-1 unit
in the
in the
back.
back. So
Okay, so just to basically, it's like commentary watching of what I'm on the screen. So I'm just gonna talk about what I'm looking at. So I want to see if the house is in a solid shape, which it looks like. Siding looks okay. The doors, windows, I'm sure there is some deferred maintenance, but mostly looks okay. So original hardwood flooring, if I'm not wrong, but everything looks clean and in decent shape. Some stuff is changed on the flooring side. Again, I won't say it's an updated house, but it's a livable house. It can be rented. It looks like. So I'd
this
not I'd not put it at the whole, I mean, complete market value, but I'll give it maybe I mean, for 25, 30 grand rehab, this can be fully modern. Okay. So this should be purchased unless, again, if you buy cash properties like me, then I mean, my formula is very simple. I am going to buy anything for 70% minus repairs. Okay. So if this is worth 100 and your repair cost is anywhere between 20 and 30, considering the cost of the, I'm sorry, the value of the property, I think you shouldn't put more than 20 into it because it's not really the highest like bang for your buck. So if it's worth 100, then 70,000 minus repairs. So I should be buying this for 50, but I'm sure the seller is looking to get more. That's why there is seller finance in the play. Am I right?
Well, yeah, I mean,
35.
the asking price is 135. She said she did brand new electrical and plumbing, added a second bathroom. The studio in the back is completely remodeled with
Okay.
bathroom, bathtub, kitchenette, new HVAC.
Okay. So first of all, you need to ask her if these are the right pictures.
Yeah, it's probably old.
Old
but
picture, for all I
yeah.
know.
So I
Yeah.
think that's why she's asking for 135.
Okay. So let's say it is updated. Okay. Now, so my comps are 119, but I'll go up to 135 because this is 0% interest rate. The problem is it's due in 7 years. The balloon pay, so 80% down and the rest is the loan. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I
So-
mean, so again, I was using the Morby here basically because
okay.
she wants lump sum payment.
Got it.
And then I mean, yeah, that was why.
So this is what I do on this one. So this is okay. I mean, Morbi wise, it's pretty good. Like, do you know what are they rented, all of them, and how much for how
Right
much?
now it's rented for 1,300. There's already
This
somebody
property.
living in it.
Okay. So I would tell this lady, I'll pay 135 or 150, whatever it is, as long as it appraises. Okay. Because for you to make this happen, your appraisal has to come in at your asking price or your purchase price rather. And only then can you give her the 80%. Because if you're appraised at 100,000, you can only give her 80,000 from the loan, and the rest 28 grand will have to come out of your pocket. Okay, so I'm gonna just go in the basics, okay, for just a minute here, because not everybody understands what Morbi method is. Okay, so Morbi method is basically in place for years, okay, but Pace Morby, who made creative finance popular, put his own name on it because he uses it, and that's one of his videos that became super popular. And all it does is you are purchasing a piece of property, and that seller is not financing uh, most of it, but only some of it. Okay, what that means is if you buy a property, let's say if this property, Sean were to buy it for 135, and in a normal seller finance scenario, seller would finance 80 to 90%, and Sean would only bring 27,000 to the table. That's a typical seller finance scenario. But the reason we keep saying Morbi method is because there is seller finance in play, but because the seller wants a certain amount and Sean sees that as an opportunity to buy something without putting any dime out of his pocket, that's basically creative finance on drugs. So he sees that as an opportunity to buy this property with no money out of his pocket. How is that possible? So he's going to tell the seller, look, I'm going to pay you 135, even though I believe it's 119, subject to appraisal. When it appraises for that amount, I'm going to get a lender through Jada who will give me 80% of the 135. Okay. So that lender will close on the property at 80%. Sean will probably put 27,000 out of his own pocket or get a lender for this from outside of the seller, close on the property, and then keep the 20, I mean, will not fund the seller 27,000. That will be the proceeds of that scenario. Instead, pay back the investor and give a second position loan to the seller. So the person, and I do this every day. I funded a $2.5 million Morbi method double close yesterday. Okay, I'll get my money back on Monday. I specialize in high values reverse. So it is, in normal words, it is also called reverse seller carry. Okay. So seller is carrying the amount of note in second position that is equivalent to your down payment. That's what's called reverse seller carry. If you go regular seller carry, they would normally carry the 108 as a loan and you would put down 27. In this case, you're getting a loan for 108 and then attaching seller in the second position, and you don't have to put any money out of pocket because you got 108 from your lender and 27,000 from the seller. You're the owner, but you better like make damn sure that you are able to cover both notes and their payments, because you have to pay this note, and whatever your arrangement is with the seller, you have to pay them. But in this case, seller is willing to do 0%, which is great, which is only $113, and that's paying down the principal because there is no interest. So that is the best case scenario. So now the only thing Sean has to do is make sure 135 it appraises for that, and he has to also have provision for 20,000 rehab in case what seller is telling him is not true, because photos show that it's not. But maybe in that area, the 20,000, I may be overthinking it may not be required at all. But that's the homework Sean has to do. So great deal, by the way. Okay, it's 100% possible. I can make all the loans for this as long as you negotiate it right. Okay, I'll show.
Yeah, and I think that's the
how-
part.
Yeah.
It's going back and forth a little bit because
Yes.
she goes back and forth on her
I
pain
can
point
make this
bunnies.
happen within 15 days, 100%.
Got
Because
it.
we do this for millions of dollars of deals. Like this is our like specialty, in fact.
For this, how do you who pays for the closing costs for this?
So you can bake it all into the price if you wanted to. Okay. So we can run those numbers easily, but you need to first work on this number because sellers' expectations are unrealistic, in my opinion. But do some due diligence on that. As long as it appraises and it is rent ready, because last, like, two things. Okay. One, you're going to talk to the seller. And then second, you're going to do your own due diligence. Okay. What you need to talk to seller about is 135,000. If it doesn't appraise, you'll have to adjust the price. Okay. Let's say it appraises at 119, like you think. They need to sign on the amendment at closing. You should get that in writing. It's called appraisal waiver. Okay. In Texas, I'm also a licensed agent in Texas. And I get I do license education. Basically, it's a CYA mechanism for my businesses. Even though I don't work as an agent much, but in so Texas Real Estate Commission is the main authority that manages the licenses across Texas. And they also control the quality of agents and make sure they don't put sellers or buyers in a lawsuit of any kind. So they have a form, and we, as an agent, we are only allowed to use Texas Real Estate Commission forms. Otherwise, we lose the agent status. So with that being said, they have a form called appraisal waiver. You can do full appraisal waiver or partial appraisal waiver. Okay. You can tell them, okay, it needs to at least appraise at this. Or if it appraises, you are ready to back out or whatever. But again, you're going to pay for appraisals. And then if he or she does not change the price, you could have lost money in appraisals and application fees. So I would sign that agreement upfront that if it doesn't appraise, then I get a reduction by default at appraised value. Okay. And there are some things, there are some lenders we work with. They will also allow you to use your own appraiser. Okay. It's very unique, but they will charge you slightly higher interest. So now if are you the buyer or are you the wholesaler here?
Buyer.
Okay. So if you think, regardless of if seller is not budging, they want 135 and you think this is a sweet deal and I have to have it because you have a great strategy, I can get you a lender who will let you use an appraiser of your choice and still allow you to do all this. And I'll give you an appraiser as well who will appraise it at whatever price you want. Okay. I mean, not whatever price, because some appraisers are conservative. Some appraisers will, okay, 135. Okay, there is couple comps I can find. Sure. Okay. So, because it's like the luck of, I mean, you luck of the draw, right? Basically, like you get appraiser from the approved vendors list, and if you get an appraiser who is very conservative, they may appraise it for 100 for all you know. So maybe seller is ready for 120 scenario and 100 may not, they may not like it. So we can work like that. And because it's a 6 house deal, I mean, individually, 100,000 is not really an attractive loan amount for any lender because it's 6 properties. I think it's doable. Okay. So we can work through all this and make sure that 27,000 is attached. So I don't actively educate anyone on how to do this, but because we have only few people on this call, I'll take a quick like deep dive into how this process works. Because I'm super passionate about this. I love the creativity of this type of strategy. The way this works is you will be the buyer on paper for 135. Seller finance addendum will have to be completely separate, okay, for that 27,000. The lender that is lending you money on this, they will need to go in first position. So you and the seller will need a separate agreement outside of the main contract saying that seller is agreeing to attach, or seller is agreeing to not take any proceeds from the sale. Okay, so I'm sorry, the seller is agreeing to take 108 from the sale and leave the remaining money in second position. Okay, but that cannot be exercised until your loan is closed and funded, because the lender is not going to allow willingly. I mean, some lenders do, some don't, and I mean, it's a risk you don't want to take. So you never disclose or tell the lender that you plan to get a second position later, because after the loan closes, whatever you do is not, I mean, lender doesn't care because they are in first position. That's all they care about. Okay. So they will they will fund this loan. If you don't have your own 27,000 to fund the deal upfront, you need to connect with a lender such as myself who understands this, and we will come in on your deal as your partner and fund the 27,000 for you. Okay. Then your deal will close. My 27,000 gets exposed because if title makes a mistake, the title is going to send that money to the seller along with the 108, which I don't want it to happen. So I have to worry about two things as a lender. One thing is me funding your down payment as a lender is not allowed. Like, remember that very carefully. If you are getting a loan from someone, a DSCR lender, that lender wants you to bring your own down payment out of your own account. And if I supplied that down payment and they requested the source of funds, then that will basically constitute a mortgage fraud. That's why this is very, very sensitive, and I don't recommend anybody doing this without a legal help. And we have some of our partners are lawyers, so we have a lot of access to legal help. That's why we can do something like this. So to mitigate that risk, I need to become a partner on that deal. Then can you use my funds as a down payment, because we are a partnership, and that partnership needs to stay in place, not just dissolve after the deal is done. So for that, I do negotiate a small partnership and make sure it stays in place and I'm getting compensated for it. So it's more complicated, and a lot of people do it without all this infrastructure. And I guarantee you that can constitute as a mortgage fraud if something were to go wrong. If the market drops significantly and you go belly up, and then the lender has to come in and foreclose on that property, and they dig into the file and see where 27,000 came from, that they can put two and two together and say, okay, this is a mortgage fraud. So it is very, very important for you to know who you are dealing with and whether they know how to deal with this. So that's why I told you to begin with, this is an amazing deal you brought for today's call. It's and I do this on a regular basis. We go up to maybe 4-5 million on deals such as this one. And yeah, if anybody here knows a borrower looking to take down a major deal like this, and so many things can go wrong in this, because nobody wants to touch a deal like this, because there is a lot of legal issues around it. So we just funded like 3 days or 4 days ago, this $2.5 million deal for the first time. And then of course, we are more like a syndicate. We have multiple investors that come with us on this. So we had 4 separate entities sending 4 wires, $500,000 each, to one title, and I sent another $500,000 wire to another title to cover the BC aspect of it. Like, because when you close on this with the lender, then you have to close another file to pay off your lender. Okay. So the first title rejected $2 million wire and another $2 million wire from the end lender. So, I mean, when things like that happen, you have to figure things out. Then we had to change the title company overnight, resend the funds, change the title insurer, because certain title insurance companies don't allow double escrow. Okay, in this type of deal, sometimes needs a double escrow. In your case, probably not. It's a straight purchase. But if you were to buy this cash first and then do this scenario, so that's like multiple levels or layers of creativity you can add to scenarios like this. That's why, I mean, the real estate is so cool, because once you know how to do these things, I mean, there is not many people there.
With this one, it makes it a little more smoother if I'm paying the 30% out of my own capital, right? Then it's straightforward. I mean, it's a small amount, so I don't really need another lender.
Still the same thing.
Yeah.
Because then you need to manage the movement of money.
Yeah.
So you will need help with that. It's not just the money you need, you also need someone who can quarterback this deal.
Yes.
Because once you fund your 27 and lender funds their 108, title is going to take it all and send it to the seller. And seller can say, bye-bye, I'm not doing the 27,000 anymore. So what will you do then? Because once the money hits the account, it's their money. They may then you're stuck in these deals for 27,000. So those things need specific agreements in place and paperwork. So we are happy to also TC this for you. I mean, my manager, she's a great TC, and she can.
Got it. Thank you.
Awesome.
Wait, what's the name of your TC that you use?
Do you know Edith?
No, I
so
don't.
just connect with me on this one. She doesn't do this TC as a business. So
Okay.
she does her own TC for other people, but this
Got
is
it.
more creative. So I'll have to do this with her. But I'll
Okay. And then just email you.
yeah, but yeah. So remember, you need 27,000 times 6, basically, if not more. I don't know. So are all properties similar pricing or different?
Around 230, 200,
What's the total purchase price?
1.1.
Okay, so basically you need little over 200 grand as a down payment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
why I was just kind of do one at a time. So, but yeah,
yeah,
appreciate it.
you can do that too. You can close one at a time.
Yeah.
So if you are going to do this, we can help you with as a lender, because this needs a specific lender. And we can get you pre-up. What rate are you getting from Amy?
6.8.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, our floor is also going down, so it's good right now. But yeah, talk to me after the call. Let's connect on a
All right. Appreciate it.
awesome. Good luck, man. This is awesome.
We also have a quick question from somebody in the chat that asked if is it not in most cases when buying a bulk deal that the discount should be 40% of the fair value market price? I think that's what he was asking. I don't know what the FVM is.
No, so sorry. Did I understand the question? Say that again one more time.
I'm gonna put it in the chat because I don't really my brain isn't working.
Jada, I
Go
asked a
ahead, Don.
question. I asked a question with the bulk transactions I've seen in the past, and when I say past, I'm talking about 2010. It's usually a large discount on the fair market value when you buy in bulk, because you're buying all the properties off one seller, and that can be anywhere from, 30 to 40 to 50% discount from the fair market value. Are they buying it at a 20% discount of the fair market value on this transaction?
On this one, no, doesn't look like it. But they are. So why will you do this deal? Is that your question, Don? Because it's not discounted?
Well, like I said, my experience, it's dated, but my experience with bulk transactions, you usually get
Yeah. So again, I mean,
40% discount on a bulk because you're buying them all.
so you are in free
versus-
market, okay? Anybody can decide whatever the hell they wanna like put a price
Oh
tag on
yeah,
it, right?
sure.
So you are technically right. I'm not. I mean, so as a market standard, what you're saying is not untrue. Okay, that's how I'll put it. But in this scenario, and good question, and I'll tell you why, is because what Don is asking is because Sean is buying 6 at a time and not one. I mean, shouldn't Sean be getting some sort of discount? I mean, the answer is hell yes. I mean, that's the answer. And whatever discount I can get, I'm gonna get. But why is seller not giving him discount? One is the question. And second, why is Sean still buying when he's not getting any discount? Because he can go around and talk to a bunch of other wholesalers who can find him the same kind of properties for maybe 70 cents on the dollar or 80 cents on the dollar. I don't know. But he still likes this deal because the what he gets in this deal is the seller's ability to stay in second position. The seller is demanding higher price, so something's got to give, right? When you buy, it has to be a good, I mean, it needs to basically, it needs to check your underwriting boxes, okay? And when I say your underwriting boxes, the word your is very important, not the underwriting part. Underwriting comes second. Your underwriting is more important than, because your underwriting criteria is different than mine. Okay. I don't buy there because my underwriting criteria does not allow me to go out of Houston, Austin, San Antonio, Dallas, and suburbs. That's just me. But Sean loves this deal because he's okay to go outside. One. Second, he's not getting the wholesale discount, but instead he's getting seller finance second position. Okay. That allows him that, or rather that enables him to buy these properties with zero money out of pocket. Okay. When you make even $1 on something without putting any money out of pocket, how much is that return? Your return or your invest, excuse me. I just got my voice back after a couple of weeks. Even if you make $1 on something you didn't put a dime on, that makes your ROI infinite. So as long as these properties pay themselves down over time, Sean, 15 years later, he's going to say, okay, I just doubled the value and I built $1 million equity in this. So when I say they pay for themselves, that means the rent needs to cover the debt service, like principal, interest, taxes, insurance, maintenance, property management, and some peace of mind for Sean. That's it. Once that is all covered, and that peace of mind is basically pays a little bit back to him in sweat equity for today. Okay. And then even if he doesn't make any money 15 years later, I mean, it's what people say, every 15 years, the values of the properties double. Okay. So this will be a great buy and hold for his portfolio because he's not really putting anything in it. We are just putting together a deal. After everything said and done, he's zero out of pocket. So liability wise, also, it's a very good deal. And seller understands it, that if something were to happen, 2008 happens again, seller may lose all their equity because the lender will come in and foreclose on all properties and take back their money and sell it in auction. Seller will understand. I mean, seller needs to understand that, and probably they do because they are the ones offering you this. So that's why, Don, it's okay to not get that wholesale discount in this case, because there is other variable in play that is far more superior. I mean, well, not far more superior, but in general, equally good. At least it's not better in this scenario. But great question. Thank you for that. Hope that answers your question. Did I answer your question?
Yes, sure it is. Thank you kindly.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Good luck, Sean. Yeah, just stay in touch. Like, so Jada, do you have his number? Are you and Jada in touch, Sean?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah.
I'll reach out to you right now, Sean. So,
Okay, what do we have next? So I went over a lot of things in this deal, by the way. If any of you have any questions, please feel free to ask anything you did not follow. Reverse seller carry, transactional, where and when. Thank you, B.
Chai, in the case the seller does not want a balloon, how would that change the underwriting for this?
So you should not want the balloon. Seller wants the balloon always, because seller wants to
I mean,
get paid.
seller wants it. Yeah, I don't want it, but yeah, she
So
doesn't. Well, no, she doesn't want it.
Oh, that's good point.
Or she wants it like 5 years.
Yeah, so tell them, hey, look, I'm already overpaying for this deal. That's what I will talk about. I'm already overpaying. The only reason I'm even doing this deal is because you are giving me this 27,000. And now 7 years later, I have to refinance this in order to get you back your money. So I would, and the only time I would want to refinance this is maybe 15 years later, because I know the prices will go up and there will be enough equity in the deal for me to pay off. So instead of 7, I mean, I can't go down to 5. Instead, I really want to go down to 15, if not 30. So,
yeah, her counter argument, because she's an accounting professor, she's like, the value of my money
oh yeah,
7 years later is not worth it.
No,
you know,
but
especially at
tell
0%.
her like the value you're getting is here.
Yeah,
Okay. And the value I'm getting is here. If you take my value, I have to take your value off, right? So it's a win-win because of these scenarios. Like you are winning more money and reducing my down payment. So if
that's
you
good.
increase my down payment, even not now, but 5 years later or 7 years later, I mean, I have to factor that in here. Remember and go watch some Zooms from maybe previous weeks where we always look at the amortization calculator for anything. Okay. Amortization calculator shows that if you buy anything for seller finance at 0% for 30 years, and if you compare that 0% with 5%, okay, for 30 years, you're going to notice that you are basically getting a 50% discount and you're getting a lien on it, which you have less work to do. Okay. Someone's asking, where can I watch the previous Zooms? What do you have to do, Jada, to get access to previous Zooms?
Get access to these and even some other resources that we have. Just go into our Facebook group, which I am sharing now. Make a post and invite some people. Invite at least 5 people.
Again, I mean, this is not a super I mean, this is a free resource, this is a free community. The only reason, and this is more of a request than a mandatory requirement. So all we want is we want to promote our own group and maybe do some more cool things with it. Besides just the underwriting and social media knowledge, that's why we ask for you guys to invite a few more people along, and then we'll share the links of all these resources that we have. But going back to our discussion, Sean, amortization calculator. I mean, this is how I build my own, like a level 1 underwriting, like we mentioned last time. So I have a quick 3 to 10 second uh, way to tell, okay, this is a good deal or not. If someone said 0% at 30 years, I'm all over it. Okay. Instantaneously, no matter what it is. And then I may realize, okay, they are trying to sell this property for double the price already. So my advantage of 0% is out the window. Okay. So, but if they are selling it at market or slightly over market and they give me 30 years 0%, and I have a lot of those on a lot of properties, and it's possible if that's your question. But 30%, I'm sorry, 0% at 30 years is equivalent to getting 50% discount. So that's a better deal compared to a 70% wholesale deal. Okay. But 0%, 15 years is around 33% discount, still a good deal. So these are some of the rule of thumb information you need to remember to make quick decisions. Okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Look into that calculator and then run some scenarios. Play with that spreadsheet. All right. What else do we have for today? Anything else, Jada, that I have missed in the...
We do have Sandra who mentioned that she wanted to review a couple deals. Sandra, are you there?
I saw Sandra joined an hour earlier.
Yes, I am here.
Awesome. Do you have those deals ready to be seen?
No, I don't. I have a screenshot of one. Like I just wanted your opinion,
Oh yeah.
but I don't know. I don't know how to put that in a chat.
Just text it to us.
Oh, it says photos.
Yeah,
Select photos. I don't know if I have it on this phone. Please go to someone else and I'll post it.
Yeah. Feel free to either post if we run out of time, can't post it here, post it in the Facebook group. We have me, Chai, and everybody here in there, and we'd love to help.
I'm not comfortable enough to post in the Facebook group yet.
Okay, if
Like
you
for a deal,
if you don't want to share
I
the
don't want,
address,
pardon me?
if you don't want to share the address, you can send it to me privately. I can just look at it and then we can chat about a scenario if that's what you prefer. That's fine.
Okay, I have the picture here.
Or send it to Jada or myself.
Okay.
No worries. In the meantime,
Yeah.
okay. Does anybody have any questions or comments or, what are you guys doing within the last week? What is everybody working on?
Olin, how's
Hello.
Hey,
Hey, Sean.
go ahead.
I'm closing on my first sub 2 deal on Monday.
Oh, fantastic.
Hey, let's get some
Yeah.
fires in chat.
Remember a couple weeks ago when Ingrid was on?
Oh, yes.
She texted me a house in West Valley, Phoenix later that day, and it looked pretty good. It's 425 mortgage balance, 5%. So I had to put 20 down plus closing costs, and we closed Monday.
Dude, that's
Oh my
awesome.
God, that is awesome.
So if you guys need to look up something, I can give you the address.
Oh, let's look at it.
Yeah, I'd love to see it. And are you
I'm driving. Can I tell you the address?
Yeah, you can text it here or
just say it if you have it? Yeah.
but I'm so
One
happy
six.
that this community is able to generate some value for the members. I'm super glad, and I mean a lot of credit goes to Jada for managing this community and maintaining constant communication with all the folks. Thank you. I mean, just thank Jada for all that. She's amazing. And go ahead, Sean. Is it Sean? Am I right?
Yes, Jada
Okay,
is amazing.
Ah,
I've listened to most of her podcasts.
amazing.
Yeah. The
You put
address is 16850 West Echo Lane,
okay, one sec. 16850 West Echo Lane.
Waddell, Arizona.
Okay, I got it.
And I just found out yesterday that I have 2 laundry rooms, so that's cool.
Nice. Okay. So can you guys see my screen? This is it, right? 16850 West Echo Lane. It's how old is this?
2022.
Okay. And okay, let's see the numbers. I mean, you can just talk about it.
Well, the first owners, it looks like buyer's remorse. They had a family emergency,
Oh,
and because the seller's only getting $5,000 at closing, and then Ingrid, I paid 5,000, and their seller's agent is getting the 10,000.
okay.
Got. Let me type this in here.
Excuse me.
Balance of 425,000, 5%. It was hard to comp because it's in an area with a lot of new builds, and I know that kind of like affects the housing.
So, but what? So you're all in what? 30 grand? You said?
It'll be 20,000 plus closing costs. They're estimating 25,000, and
Yeah.
then I was talking to Bridget Ruiz about
Yeah.
should I use my own money or should I do a hard money loan? And I just went on Upstart and they gave me 8% for 60 months. So that's pretty good. That was cool.
Oh
And
wow,
I
for
don't,
this
yeah, I don't know if
property?
anyone's used it before, but their whole thing is that they are using AI to get people approved faster and speed up the
Wow.
process. It took about 48 hours for me to get the money.
Oh my gosh, that's insane. That's a
Yeah, so
great.
then I bought stock in it, and then the stock tanked because of the bad news in the stock market last week. So it was like, well, I sold it already. You can't win them all.
What a ride we've been on.
So
I'm sure it'll be gone, but I wasn't gonna wait around.
yeah. No, so let's see what your ROI looks like. What is your plan with this house?
That's my primary residence because it doesn't. If I did a long-term rental, I would lose, including the property management fee, I'd lose 800 a month. So I
Okay.
will move there in mid-June. So I'm gonna be paying from April 1st to mid-June. I'll be paying double rent, which is fine. And then
Catch up on like escrow or something?
uh it's because since I'm buying it now, because we thought there wouldn't be a better deal by the time I get there in June, that I should take it now.
Right, right. Yeah, that makes sense. But so let's say if you were to, I mean, I know the long-term rental doesn't work, but did you run any underwriting on like midterm rental, group home type scenarios?
We should, because the way it has two front doors and two laundry rooms, you could rent it out as a pad split.
Correct. So
I would just have to check the HOA policy on that.
So the current rent estimate is 2000 something. Is that the right number?
I got 2400 as just the 3-bedroom long-term rental.
Got you.
The minimum, so Ingrid sent me the HOA laws, and the minimum is 6 months.
Okay, and they don't have any laws against group homes.
Pardon?
They don't have any rules against the group home because those are long-term tenants. You're
Think
just
about
playing by
that.
the rules.
Yeah, I'll have to check.
And what's your monthly payment on this?
It is included in the HOA 2860.
Okay. Okay, so if you were to rent 3 rooms I mean, I'm trying to see Glendale, let's see.
If you go on Realtor, you can actually see the floor plan, and it sits pretty nice because the small room is in the front of the house, and you would share the kitchen with the master bedroom. And the master bedroom is so big, you could put a lot of stuff in there. You could put like a pool table, a king bed,
Yeah.
and some other furniture. And then you have the other side of the house, which has the kitchenette and a pretty good sized bedroom and the laundry room.
Is this how it looks?
Yeah, that's pretty good. AI did a good job there.
Yeah. But that's the floor plan, basically. Whatever it is, I don't know. Okay, so but this is the best part. Like you can rent, and I was gonna ask you if yours look like this, but if it does, then you can go from anywhere between 230 to 315 per week. You have 3 bedrooms and easy to create 2 more bedrooms in this house. So let's say you do 4 bedrooms conservatively times 270 times 4 is 4320 you can take, and the upside potential is add a additional bedroom or bedrooms because it considering it's 2000 square feet, you can even go up to 6 bedrooms. I don't know if it's possible, but that's how you make sub-twos work in today's market, because the interest rates, I don't know what interest rate he has on this.
5.
Hey, give me 1 second. I'm so sorry. Hello. Hey, sorry. 5, you said, right?
That's right.
Okay. But yeah, they are consistent with pad split numbers here, so which is good. About $1,000 per bedroom. That's a very good rent. Yeah, even if you were to fill up, I mean, are you planning to move in with your family, or it's just you?
It's just me.
Oh,
I
okay.
was gonna turn this second part of the house into a man cave and have a golf simulator,
Oh my,
putting green.
that's the house I want to stay at next time.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to come hang out.
Yeah, no.
I don't know how often I'll be there because I'll be going to California a lot.
Oh, I see. So
I'll be there on the
my
weekdays.
question to you is like, why wouldn't you keep one room for yourselves whenever you are there, and then pad split the rest of the house? I mean,
Well,
or that's not your, what you just want it to be your primary. I mean,
if
if you don't have investment intention with it, then I understand. But if you have any investment plans to get some return on your investment, then you could always consider this. I think this will make it work really well.
if the HOA allows it, then I will definitely have to consider that, because I was also considering getting another rental there and moving,
Okay.
because this house is 12 minutes from Luke Air Force Base.
Oh,
So you
nice.
could just 4 airmen to live there together, and then
Exactly.
I could make gross 4,500 a month.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, so the only thing with pad split is pad split will take 8% because they find the tenants, they screen them, they collect the rent monthly, and they just send you a lump sum. So
Oh, okay.
they charge 8% for that. And then I think certain amount of first 10 days or something as their fee.
Yeah, I'm sure I can talk to Ingrid about it and she can advise me.
Yeah, exactly. Ingrid is the best resource for that area. She and like, I don't know if you know Tyler and Eddie and Marlon, Carolyn, all these guys.
I'm
There's
sure I'll meet them at
lot
the
of
meetups. I'm excited to move there.
yeah, lot of amazing people there.
I mean, living in DC, it's very draining. All the
Yeah,
politics.
awesome. Okay, let's look at Sandra's deal. And thank you, Sean, for sharing this amazing success story. Good luck. Hope everything works out for you.
Thanks.
All right, Sandra, let's see. Let me
It's not the first one that I see in that town, and I've looked at the map, and I don't know the United States too much. I only did one flip in Cleveland last year in January, because I have lots of friends doing having lots of cash flow and flipping in Cleveland.
Yeah,
But I want to be a snowbird in Arizona. But I know my second place to get like cash flowing properties would be in Georgia. But Macon, I was told that, is good. But whenever I look at it on the map, I see it as too far from a metropolitan.
yeah. Hey, can you hold 1 second? I'm sorry.
In the meantime, Sandra, do you want to go ahead and introduce everybody to yourself, or introduce yourself to everybody? Who are you? What do you do? And what do you need?
Okay, I'm Sandra. I'm from Canada, and I've been doing real estate for almost 14 years here, and I'm a retired teacher. They locked my pension on me, so I'm at kind of a $0, like a no job person. So I need to continue my real estate with zero money. I have 5 properties here that are just holding their own because um, the interest rates went up and stuff like that. So I really need to do some OPM in the States, try to figure things out. Like right now, I'm house hacking my home in Canada where I live. I have 6 bedrooms. So I have student rentals. I have single family homes also that are rented. Um, so what I want to do is I'm trying to wholesale. I've been on teams. I just quit my team that I was on 7 months. I kind of felt like, what's the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Um, and so I got Prop AI. I have a callback request with my Jen here that I have to call, and I have Kyle Cargis for my closer. So I'm hoping to get like some money that way, but I definitely
Okay.
need some cash flow. So I want 10 co-living properties, and because I want to be a snowbird in Arizona, I want to buy a beautiful home and have a section of it secluded to myself with the backyard and a pool and rent out the other rooms where the house pays for itself. And then I'll be able to manage my own pad splits out in Arizona because I'll get my E2 visa. Long
Yeah.
story short.
Nice. Yeah, no, I know exactly what E2 visa is. Uh,
But I, like Pace says, I probably only need like 3, 4 pad splits to really like,
get there.
like rentals. But
Yeah.
I just want to be sure because if some of them are vacant or something happens with one of them, I don't have a job. I don't have any backing. So
Yeah.
unless I do well with this wholesaling, which has not been good for me, like I've been on 3 no one left behinds. And then I've been 3 no one left behind as a coach. I've been to Paces for a week, and I
Okay.
was on the December team that Pace didn't close a deal.
Okay.
So I didn't make any money. I've just been blowing money like
Yeah,
right and
I get
left.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, initially it takes time. That's why we have this free resource right here.
Yeah.
And again, we also benefit a lot from all these connections. Like we are building, why are we doing a free resource? I mean, first of all, I'm very passionate about this topic. I mean, just like you are going to the NOLB challenge, no one left behind. I mean, this is my way of doing my own challenge. And this challenge helps me back, just like NOLB will help you. And it doesn't happen overnight. You just have to do your time, and it's a numbers game at the end of the day. Like you make, and you will realize your numbers down the road. When we did wholesaling like few years ago, it was like I need to make 50 to 60 calls a day to make 25 conversations. Of that, there will be one person who will be interested in selling. That was the metric we had for our callers. Okay.
Yeah, I
So the
called
same way,
nonstop
like,
for 8 months.
and if they drop 50 people in our CRM, then our acquisition team will call 50 people, and out of that 10 will say, let's do an appointment. And when you have consistently 4 to 5 appointments a week, you're going to close 1 to 2 deals a month. So it's a numbers game. So don't get discouraged by
I'm
everything you're
very
doing.
discouraged. I'm very
Don't worry.
discouraged.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, no,
so
I quit my team. I'm probably gonna join another team because I'm very experienced. Like I'm coaching. I just felt like I was just always in acquisitions and I was never really part of one deal.
yeah.
It's just I felt like I was doing all the work for everyone else. I don't know. So here with Prop AI, I have to, I have to do what I'm teaching the other students is I need to
Yeah.
bring it get all the information that I require and then bring it to Casey Gregson or Kyle Cargis or someone who will
Okay,
close
yeah,
it for
Casey is
me.
a good friend of mine.
Pardon?
Casey is a good friend of mine. In fact,
Yeah,
I'm
he's
consulting
my
on his.
closer on my team for February.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's look at this deal. Okay, I think
And I've never got a
may
deal
look.
before. I've never
Sorry?
had one deal. I haven't had one deal yet.
But this could be that deal, right? This one looks like it's a good deal because you're making 4,400 a month. We are happy to help you with putting this loan together because this is the exact same one like Sean, the one we discussed. This is reverse seller carry, or also known as Morby method.
Yeah. So they said I don't need a loan, that he has all the loans, like it's written in the sheet. He said
Okay.
all the purchase loan amount coming from the DSCR lender. So I don't know if he had it. Down
Yes.
payment
So
of
again,
250 funded by
you
the
don't
loan.
have to worry about that. That's what I'm trying to say. Like
Okay.
we are the DSCR lender, Jada and I. That's what we are, a lender in general. Jada manages the DSCR side of things. Okay.
But how much percent?
So depends on, because now again, do you have a credit score in America yet or no?
No, I don't. I don't, because
Okay.
I've been living off my credit cards, so I don't have a credit anymore. I
Okay,
used to.
so
I was a teacher for 20
no, but are
years.
you in America right now or are you in Canada?
Canada.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we have to find a lender that will work with non-American resident or no
Well,
doc
Pace
loan
will.
sort of stuff. Like, do you have a partner in America
Do I
that
have
can help you with this property?
as a credit score?
No, for credit from, yeah, that can help you with this property from and put their name on the loan along with you and also help you manage it.
I think what he can do maybe is just put his name, but he wouldn't be able to manage it because he's from Canada.
No, but do they have a credit score in America?
Yeah, a very good credit score, very good job.
Okay.
He was my lender for other deals and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
he has a lot of money.
okay. So I'm gonna have to wrap up the call soon
Yeah.
today because I have to go back to the PML event where I'm speaking. But I think for you, if you get your partner to agree on doing a loan with you, I think we can help you with this property. Have you contacted this individual who's selling it? Do they have, I mean, is this still available? Are they willing to give you an assignment on this one?
Well, he
They're
said,
ready to assign it to you.
I said, so you need proof of funds. I don't have a 7+ score. I said, how much do you need down payment? He said $0
Okay.
out of pocket. You would actually get paid to get the property. And that was on Friday.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
at
possible.
12 a.m.
So I can help you with putting this together because it's not just a loan. You need more help than just the loan. And we can do everything all in
Yeah,
house.
but will I make money per month though?
Yeah, it looks
Like,
like it.
why don't I don't want to take any more of your time. This is not an emergency. You do your thing and we can talk another time.
No, so no, that's what I do here. Look at
Okay.
deal. Okay, so you're not taking up my time. You're helping
Okay.
everybody here. So
It's just I don't trust the rent. How do I know, like, because I don't know
yeah,
anything
so
about
I'll
the
give
United
you
States.
exact actionable plan you need to use to underwrite this deal. Okay, so there is no address. I can't tell you anything about it without that. But in order for you to make these numbers work, or rather verify these numbers, find this property exactly where it is on the map, then go to Zillow and find properties for sale in that area or for rent in that area around it within 1 or 2 mile radius. Call those realtors and tell them about this property that you're buying and ask them, how much can I rent one of the units? Let's say this is a quadplex. Let's say these are all 2-bedroom, 1-bath units. Each one of them is, say, 800 square feet. Then tell that realtor, I have a property at this address. This is the square footage of each unit. This is the bedroom bathroom mix. What can I get as a rent on this? And how soon can I put a tenant in this? They are going to ask you for photos. So make sure you download these photos in this post and send them. Okay, this is how the units look like. Okay. And they will say, okay, you can, and it looks very realistic because 1100 per unit is a very basic rent across America. I mean, that's almost like, unless you go to real small town and make I don't know how to say it, Mason or Macon. I think it's pretty close to Atlanta, if I'm not wrong. Let me see.
It's somewhere in Georgia. I think it's Macon.
Making the bacon, making the money.
Yeah. It's okay, not that close, but it's
I am terrified though. I'm scared.
yeah, it's southeast of Atlanta. But yeah, it's still, I would say this is more of a secondary market, not tertiary. So it's very possible that 1100 per month is realistic. So, but in that small a market, I don't think you are going to do a group home, just so you know, because there may not be enough demand because the rents are already cheap. So people are probably just getting an apartment instead of a bedroom.
Okay.
So talk to the realtor about all these things. And if they tell you, oh yeah, there is super high demand for a lot of, I mean, there is a lot of tenants in the market looking for a place, yours will get rented in like a week or two. And make sure that is the same feedback from at least 3 to 5 other people in that area. If it's the same way, you can call property management companies in that area and ask them the same question. Most property management companies have realtors on payroll, or most property managers are also realtors, so they can tell you this information firsthand. And if the 4400 number works, then the rest is all math. Okay, because your PITI looks like it's 2510. Okay, and 4400 minus 2510, and I don't know if they have calculated that considering first and second position loan, but the good thing with this is second position loan is at 0%. Okay, I don't know if you all can see my screen. One sec. I don't think so.
I have it in front of me on my. And I'd appreciate any comments from people too, like maybe they looked at this, or they looked at properties in Macon before, because this is not the first one I see in Macon that you
Yeah.
end up getting paid from the deal. And I just let the other one go because
Yeah,
I was too scared. And I'm just
listen.
like, okay, this is enough. I got to try at least.
So small town properties, property prices are not super regulated like major metros most of the times, because small town people, and again, I don't know how small a town this is, but it doesn't look like very small, though it may very well be regulated. But sometimes it happens where people are selling it at a good, like just like what we discussed with Sean. Everything is 100% applicable on this property. Okay, because the seller is agreeing to do 100,000 at 0%. The balloon is due in year 8, which means 7-year balloon.
So that
So
means
you
I just refinance it and pay out that
you have
lender.
to refinance it after 7 years, or just find a lender that will
Okay, so I won't be
give you
stuck
feedback.
if I can't refi it for that amount.
Yeah, you can tell them, hey, look,
Okay.
we are gonna do this. I'm gonna get a loan. We are gonna try and sustain it 7 years. After that, if I can't refinance it, you can have it back because you have zero money out of pocket. In fact, you are getting paid to do the deal. That's the beauty of no out of pocket. Your
Yeah.
liability, again, never ever get lazy just because you have no money in the deal. Okay. That will be
No,
the
no.
stupidest thing to do for anybody. Okay. But if things go south for legitimate reasons and the market goes south or whatever happens, you are protected because you don't have money in the play. In fact, you're making money monthly. You have no out of pocket in this. Okay. So no out of pocket is just from the liability standpoint. That doesn't mean you do whatever the hell you want. Okay. And a lot of people take it as just that and not listen to the first part of it all the time. I see it all the time. That's why I come to these events and support PML Mastermind. I even hosted it last year. Some of you were there. I think Colleen was there, right? In Houston, Colleen?
Hi,
He
Chai.
was there. Yeah. Hey, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you. Still working on that underwriting team. I'll get them in
Awesome.
here
Awesome. Yeah. I'm
sometime
super
in March,
excited.
but I'll let you know first.
Yes. Anyway, so I hope you got what you, wanted, Sandra. If there is anything missing, if you but don't get discouraged. A lot of people go through exactly what you're going through. Patience is the key. It's a combination of skill set, information, knowledge, mindset, smartness, everything together. Okay. And you don't have to be super smart to do this as long as you follow the right process and vice
Yeah,
versa.
I just
Right?
messaged that partner to see if he's
Yeah.
gonna want to do it.
So check
Right.
that first, then start calling the realtors in the area, verify the information, then go to the wholesaler, then lock up the deal, and then call Jada, and then we'll get you going.
Mhm.
Okay, I'll probably have to message you back. How do I get a hold of you? Because I don't
So
know how to
send
lock
me
up a deal.
a DM on Instagram. That's my best way to connect with everybody. And get a phone number from Jada. Stay in touch with her. Whenever you're ready, she will put you in the right, put you in touch with the right lender. Start your application with the right lender. That's what I mean.
Sounds good. I thank you very much for your help and patience.
Of course, good luck. I think this is a good deal in general, I feel like, but just need
Yeah,
to get
I
started on
just
this.
feel I need to do something. Yeah.
All
Okay,
right.
thank you very much.
Yeah, you bet. All right,
I'll
guys.
send
Thank
you
you
another
so much.
one. Yeah,
Jada, do we have anything else for today? Otherwise, I'm gonna call it a day and probably go
Yeah, I
go
think we're
back
good.
to the mastermind.
Thank
Uh,
you. And let's say a huge thank you to Chai for taking a break from being at the PMM Mastermind that he's
oh yeah,
to
wouldn't
come
miss
and
it.
answer all the questions.
Good luck, guys. Thank you. Thanks, Colleen. Thanks, B, Sean. All of y'all. Take care. Bye.
Everybody, thanks, Chai.